When will we see the bottom in the real estate market? And could 2023 see the weakest sales since 2001? Let's dive into TD's provincial housing outlook. My name is Roch St-Georges. I'm a real estate broker in Ottawa. I help families and individuals with the purchase, sale, or rental of real estate in our city. If you're looking to buy a real estate, you're likely wondering, when will it be the right time to do this? As mentioned in my previous videos, when I speak to sellers, many believe the bottom is here, and some are really not looking to lower their price to meet the new market reality that financing properties has gotten much more difficult with the rising mortgage rates. On the buyer's side, many believe the bottom is not yet here and that the market will dip some more. Essentially, the sellers, for the most part, don't want to give up equity while the buyers don't want to catch a falling knife. This dynamic can explain some of the larger gaps we've been seeing between the seller's asking price and what the buyers end up paying for the property. As Rishi Sondhi, economist at TD, said, calling a bottom in housing is notoriously difficult. TD's forecast is that Canadian home sales will bottom sometime in early 2023. This could coincide with the Bank of Canada's next rate hike on January 26th, after which many experts believe that the Bank of Canada will be pausing their rate hike cycles to then reevaluate data such as job market and inflation figures. Although we may see a pause from the Bank of Canada, this doesn't mean that real estate sales level will be roaring back right away. Rates remain elevated, making qualifying for a loan much more difficult and servicing existing debt much more expensive. TD believes 2023 will see the weakest sales year since 2001. If we look at 2001 sales numbers, Ottawa saw 12,237 home sales that year. As a comparison, 2022 sales were at 15,288. If their predictions materialize, this could mean a drop of 20% in sales when compared to 2022. That's also a 39.7% drop in sales compared to 2021 when we had very cheap money. Looking at average home prices from peak to trough, TD believes we'll see a decline of around 20%. So I pulled the Canadian Real Estate Association's home price index. We saw a peak in price in March where the property prices reached $868,000. In November, which is the latest available figures, we had reached $726,000, currently showing a drop of 16.4% nationwide. They write that steep annual average price declines are expected to take place in most of the Atlantic region, Ontario, and BC in 2023. However, declines in the later two markets, Ontario and BC, will more than retrace the gains made in 2022. In Ontario, the March peak reached $1,081,000. In November, that number had dropped to $870,000, currently showing a 19.5% drop. Seeing how Ontario was one of the provinces with the highest price increases over the last 2 years, it will be one with the bigger price correction. Locally, here in Ottawa, we peaked at $728,000 and are now finding ourselves at $623,000, which is a drop of 14.4%. In Ottawa, we've already lost the gains made in 2022. We're now at September 2021 prices based on the home price index. TD is forecasting a 20% drop from peak to trough for the broader Canadian market. If we were to see a 20% drop here in Ottawa, this would bring us to an average home price index of $582,000. These prices would have last been seen in January 2021, which would mean we are erasing all gains made in 2021 as well. This report also forecasts that home sales and average home prices should return to positive territory in 2024, which is when, in their view, inflation rate will be contained and the Bank of Canada will begin the lowering of its benchmark rate. This would help the economy heal after a weak performance in 2023. Population growth through immigration is also expected to increase demand for housing and lead to stronger sales activity, but it will still be below pre-pandemic levels. Demand for housing is expected to increase, leading to growth in prices, but affordability will still be a limiting factor. TD's report reads, regionally broad-based price gains are likely in 2024. However, we expect some mild outperformance in the prairies and Newfoundland and Labrador as those markets continue to benefit from favorable affordability gap. In contrast, tougher affordability conditions in Ontario, BC, and across much of Atlantic should restrain growth. If higher interest rate and economic weakness result in a significant amount of forced selling on the part of the home buyers, price growth could be weaker than expected. Essentially saying, if we start to see people not being able to pay their mortgage and needing to sell, we could see an influx of property listings, and without a strong buyer demand, we might see a weak price growth. Here are their projections by province. Looking at Ontario, they expect home sales to drop 15.5% in 2023 and move up 24.4% year over year in 2024. On the home price side, they forecast home prices to drop an average of 11.4% in 2023 and then see an increase of 1.7% in 2024. Please note that all properties are different and each neighborhood is different. These figures are only to be used for information purposes. Your situation may be different than the average buyer or homeowner. Market conditions are changing rapidly. If you're in the market to buy or sell a property, it's important to have all the information available to you so you can make the most educated decision for you and your family going forward. If you missed my 2022 year-end Ottawa real estate market recap, you can click here if you're watching on YouTube. Now, if you'd like to discuss real estate with myself, please reach out to me using the information on the screen. Si vous aimeriez discuter d'achat, de vente ou bien de location de propriété ici à Ottawa, n'hésitez pas de me rejoindre en utilisant l'information à l'écran. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much. And as a reminder, if you liked the video and want to be kept informed about the Ottawa real estate market, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Ciao. Thanks for listening. This is the end of the video. If you missed my 2022 Ottawa real estate market recap, you can watch it right now by clicking here. And if you're also in the mood for more real estate videos, YouTube will suggest something here. Thank you so much. Until next time.